Ah, man, that fucking tune gets me every time. I love it. Gentlemen,
It's
welcome to
amazing.
Man's Hour, episode 38 on modern dating. I'm joined by two fellow gentlemen of power here. First, we got Chad of Arabia. How you doing, my man?
I'm all right. How's everyone doing tonight? Or
Oh,
like, I don't know, evening, I think, or maybe day. I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
What time it
Almost
is in
evening.
Finland?
Yeah, exactly. It's what is it? It's 7 o'clock over here, and ass crack at dawn for you. So appreciate you for coming on and
No worries.
making his Man's Hour debut. It's our boy Nuke. How are you, man?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Good to be here and two fine gentlemen. So it's like different corners of the world, and we're just gonna talk. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, exactly. Well, gents, we are gathered here today. Everyone, please open your rational mails to chapter one. No, but no, we are here to discuss modern dating and all the woes and all the joys, therein. So, first off, let's get off the right at the bat here and say, like, you know, we if you guys don't follow us on Twitter, you definitely should, especially Chad here, because his Twitter account is just absolutely hilarious, just dunking on a bunch of
It's
jokes
just
and everything.
trolling and making the right people mad.
Oh man, yeah, your account is so entertaining, man. I absolutely love it. But one of the things that we love dunking on is all these like alpha male, gurus and morons and everything just say the most ridiculous and retarded things in the world, and just people just laugh it up and believe it and everything. And what I kind of wanted to start off here is what are some of the things that you see guys talking about online in the Twitter space that's just absolute bullshit, but everyone just like laps it up all the time? Does anything immediately come to your mind?
Where do you start, man?
I know.
Honestly, like, from guys calling
Where do you start?
themselves like masculine, testosterone, ultra, I don't know, 3000, whatever his name is. Like, do you have retarded people all up? Like, I shouldn't be
Whatever
saying
philosopher.
that word. Yeah. So yeah, these people just like you always like get this feeling immediately as soon as you see like the profile picture, the name, the way they type the tweet. Like they're all NPCs. They have the same way they tweet in,
Hmm.
and you kind of know like these guys are larpers. Because if you know, like if somebody is down in the trenches and like and they have experience and they actually like they're out there and doing something. When you see somebody's faking it, you're gonna know immediately.
Hmm. Yeah, it's almost like they make them in a factory, like you can immediately detect
Yeah.
these guys, they just say the exact same things. The best is I see him all the time right now under Jack Napier's tweets because he's resurrecting the old like how would you open, tweets recently. And every single time, no matter what happens, there's some spurg in the comment section saying, I wouldn't even talk to her, I wouldn't even open, I wouldn't even say anything. I've got standards, blah 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 blah,
Yeah, it's
Honestly,
pretty funny.
the thing is with these guys who say that they have standards. Okay, so when I first started doing whatever I do, like I literally had no standards. Literally, like whatever comes. Like I didn't have any experience. I didn't know what I wanted, what I liked. So I've tried everything, and the more you try that, the more that you develop a kind of like a type of woman that you like you're gonna see some guys are like, I'm not gonna date some X type of chick. Like, have you ever tried this type of chick before?
hmm
No. So they're like, I'm not gonna open her. Like, but if she gave you the time of the day, dude, you would be all over her. Like,
Oh
stop
yeah.
bullshitting us.
Yeah. It's like all the time when we comment under like a post of like some hot chick with her tits out, we say would, and
Yeah.
everybody responds to say, oh, I don't go after whores. I don't go after women that show themselves online or anything like this. It's like, dude, just shut up, man. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Why do you have to comment then? Like you're just outing yourself by by tweeting out that bullshit even to start with. And then they just always go on a tirade. Our boy Raul was back on Twitter. Nuke found him earlier today.
Yeah, well, I found him and I'm just like, that guy even slid into my DMs too, kind of like asking for advice. And I'm like, dude, I'm ex-military, man. Like, I'm not gonna be nice to you.
Mhm.
I had to train guys like you all the time to not get shocked or to not do dumb things, not be alcoholics. And you think I'm gonna be nice to a random Twitter person? Don't even try, dude.
The worst is when they pop up into your DMs and immediately demand something from you, It's like, dude, I don't know who the fuck you are. You know, faceless, anon account with like 30 followers and stuff like this. And then like the easiest thing you could do as well is like when these guys pop in your DMs, you just ask them like one or two questions, and immediately when they start getting antsy, it's like, why are you asking these questions? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And it's like, oh, I already know. You're not here to learn. You're here to get a quick answer, a quick fix. You know, it's ridiculous, man.
And they're gonna keep coming back, by the way. Like if you give them the time of the day, they're gonna keep just coming back and annoying you. And like my standard response right now, like, you cannot afford my hourly rate. Literally, you cannot afford it.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna be shit posting on Twitter, I'm doing it for my own entertainment.
For fun. Yeah.
I'm not there to give you any advices. Nothing. I'm not a coach. I'm nothing. Like if I'm gonna reply to you, be nice, because I've done it with a few people. I was totally a-hole to them. I'm like, dude, just go to the gym, then talk to me. Like, show me some results.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's getting out of hand, but it's funny. It's free entertainment. So.
Well, yeah, it's definitely fun for us, you know. Like, it would be such a more unpleasant experience on Twitter and everything if we didn't have like guys like us or around, because it's like I really enjoy when, let's say for example, like Rob or Ryan or somebody will like find some random tweet from some random Spurg and quote tweet it, and then the whole T-Rex army descends on this guy. And we all have like different takes.
Yeah, that's the tempting part. Because now I have a lot of guys that do that for me too, and I'm just like, I want to ruin this guy's day. I just quote tweet and then go, and then just let it run.
Chad here, Chad here loves ruining people's days on Twitter. It's so funny, dude. You must have like, I'm imagining like, I'm a big game hunter, so I got like mounted heads on my walls of all the game I've killed. You need to do that with like the Twitter personalities that you've like eliminated their Twitter profiles.
I have screenshots of people who I've banned on Twitter. Literally, like, I need to make a folder of that. Like, every retard that I got him banned for being just a fucking retard. It's funny. Like, I have screenshots of that. Like, I'm thinking about just printing that stuff and just putting it on my wall like a trophy.
Yeah,
at least a whiteboard, and just have them like my victims or the door.
Yeah. Fantastic. So one of the things I see a lot of the times when it's either comments under my tweets or comments under my videos or anything like this, and you definitely get this a lot from like the guys that watch the White Claw Power Hour, they immediately will get pissed at a chick if a chick would like ghost them or stop talking to them, and this is one of the things you talk about all the time, Chad, is don't be getting butthurt, and I think that's a really, really important thing for especially new guys, to fully grasp. It's like, hey, listen, this chick doesn't know you. She's not invested in you in any way. She doesn't owe you anything. Yep. Despite what anybody on these power hours has to say, it's like, dude, this chick doesn't owe you respect. Shut up.
Nothing. Okay, so just think about it from this way. Let's say if this chick is not interesting to you. Okay, let's say you're on the other side. You have, I don't know, 10 chicks, or like, not 10 chicks. Let's say like you have 2 chicks that you're seeing constantly, and you're sexually fulfilled and you don't need any more women. So these 2 or 3 chicks, they come along and they're not that interesting. Okay, so are you gonna give them the time of the day? You're probably just gonna delete them if they don't I don't know, quote unquote qualify to you, like if they're not gonna be up to the standard that you have. So like the chicks that you're talking to, they have like 100 of guys just simping for them in their DMs. Like, who are you, dude? Literally, like, who are you? Like, if you're not qualifying for this chick, like if you're not the best thing that comes around or like comes along for her, she's gonna ghost you. She's gonna delete you immediately. Like that's the main thing. You have to be interesting. You have to be charming.
Yeah, and I think a lot of guys too, you gotta understand that women are emotional creatures, right? If you don't have an emotional hook on her,
yep,
you're invisible, right? So we all know that most men are invisible to most women, but that's not usually because of status, money, and all that stuff, right? That stuff helps, but it's it's not. You have to have an emotional hook. So like, if you meet her at a bar and you're just super charming, and she's gonna remember you the next day, right? And then you kind of start ascending in her life as being, oh, you're the hot guy I met at the bar, right? And then, you proceed to the next level, which is like, now you can start talking to her a different way, not just being like, hey, in her DMs, right? And a lot of guys got to understand, like, put yourself, like Chad said, put yourself in her shoes. And like, if you knew women and you claim to know women as good as you do, you realize that like, unless you have an emotional hook, a hook on her, you're not gonna, she's gonna be, she doesn't have the time of day to answer every single guy or so don't take it personal. It's
Oh
not
yeah.
you. It's
Yeah.
not you. You just didn't put. Now, if she saw you driving by, in a Lamborghini, you pop out and you say, "Hey, baby, what's up?" And yeah, she might like, "Oh crap," but you're just a guy on a social media, another face, like
Mm-hmm.
be
Yep.
patient with yourself. It's not your fault and it's not her fault. Like
Yeah.
it's okay for it to be no one's fault that she's not attracted to you.
Yeah.
Move on to
You're
the
a
next girl.
you are
Yeah.
one dude in a sea of thousands,
Yeah.
that is
You know,
potentially in this girl's orbit.
Yeah.
just to make it easier for guys, go make a fake Tinder profile or Bumble profile. Like, put any fake pictures, fake information, pretend to be a woman. Just leave it for 2 or 3 days and see how many likes and how many
Thousands.
matches that you
Yeah,
get.
crazy.
Okay. And see the type of guys who open you up. Like, you're gonna have hundreds, if not thousands, of messages. Like, imagine, like, put yourself in their shoes. Like, who does have the time? I got, I think, 3 chicks who just deleted me off of Snapchat last week, and I didn't even notice,
Mhm.
like, because I don't have the time. Like, and I didn't even care. Like, they were pretty women. I'm not gonna lie, they were super hot. Okay, but okay, fuck it. She deleted me. I don't care, dude. She wasn't interesting for me.
Mm,
Like, she
Yeah.
didn't do anything to qualify for me to give her any time of my day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, this is definitely a byproduct of men being raised as defective women, that they take everything so personally
Mhm.
these days. They think it's like a slab on their personal worth or something if they like go for 0 for 5 on like a dating app or something, like opening this chick and she doesn't respond. It's like, dude, like that's just how it goes, man. And just
Yeah.
accept it. It's a numbers game, man.
Yeah.
Like most of the time it's gonna miss, but when it hits, just make sure that you actually play the game correctly and don't do these like stupid one-liners that everybody else makes. Hey, hi, you're beautiful. You got to be interesting, man. You got to stand out from the crowd. Like we were discussing about these thousands of dudes that are in this chick's orbit. You can't be saying the exact same thing as every other dude. It's not going to work for you.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing, like, one girl, she showed me the type of DMs that she's getting on Twitter. All right, and the way that guys open her up. I don't know who told them that this is acceptable to talk to another human being in that manner. Maybe they think it's charming. I don't know. The dude was basically an a-hole to her. Like, he's
Mhm.
like, "Hey, woman." I'm like, "All right, that's autistic."
Yeah.
Like, you don't open up somebody on online or anywhere like, "Hey, woman." Like, be charming, dude. Like, and he kept doubling down on being this alpha male, and he's just just saying the same basic stuff that you read off of these masculinity accounts.
Mm,
And she's just making fun of, and she's showing me the DMs screenshots, and I'm just laughing my ass off, man. I'm like, then I sent her a meme of a fat guy behind the screen. I've posted it a few times on Twitter, and he got so triggered that he actually took a selfie of him and sent it to her. I'm like, wow, dude. Like, that's what chicks get on daily basis in their DMs.
mm, yeah, all the time, all the time. We're just seeing some of the other mistakes that you guys think about. I mean, well, one thing for me, my mind goes back to when I was first getting started with this kind of stuff back in my college days. And to me, growing up in a very conservative Christian household kind of deal, like I just had standards that were set like so high. It was like, oh, I'm not going to approach this girl. Oh, I'm not going to do this. Like, oh, I got to search for a wife. And thinking back on it, my notch count could have easily been doubled, easily,
Oh, yeah.
and the relationships I had could have easily been maintained for much longer. Had I had the mindset that I do today. But it's just this idea that I think a lot of this is like bullshit that you get from your parents, like, oh, like the Disney fairy tale kind of deal, like, oh, like we crossed eyes from across the bar and it was love at first sight, and we immediately knew right then and there. It's like, no, it's probably not fucking true. What happened is that both you probably had a couple drinks in your system, one thing led to another, and that's how it went. It wasn't this like grandiose romantic thing. And
Yeah.
I just think back to that. It was like, oh, I really need to hyperfixate on this one chick. And, I missed many opportunities with, at least, half a dozen, right away when I'm thinking back on this, because I was just hyper focused on this one girl that was never going to give me the time of day in the first place.
Yeah, it's this thing I talk to with my friends too, where like they get caught up with one girl, and I'm like, there's an opportunity cost, man. Like, I've been like really beat up because I let a hot girl go or something like that. But then another girl who's maybe not as hot is more fun, and I'm enjoying my life with her, and she's cooler and more fun. And guys really need to break out. Like, yes, we love hot women, but there's much more to life. Like in dating, first off, you have nothing to prove to anyone. I don't care who you guys have sex with, and I'm
Mhm.
sure you guys don't care who I have sex with. Who cares? Like, yeah, maybe one day we'll get together and look, hey, check it out, guys. Look, guys, right? But
Yeah.
Mhm.
at the end of the day, dude, no one really cares. When they really do care in public, when you're go to a club or a bar and you're with your girlfriend or with a girl, and she looks at you like she's in love and you guys are having fun, all the single people, especially the women, will look at you like, why can't I have that? That's when they
Mhm.
care. Other than
Oh yeah.
that, no one cares. No one cares on Twitter. If you decide to get with a girl that's a 4 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10 and she treats you like a king, bro, more power to you. Great. No one cares. Have fun. Enjoy your life. That's the whole point. You're your own point of origin. It's your life.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
This is a
Like, do you want to be happy or not?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
You want to be
Yeah,
happy, or
exactly.
you want to make the Twitter alphas feel good? Which one? Which one do you
Yeah.
prefer?
Yeah.
Exactly. This is one of the points I bring up all the time when guys are like seeking to kind of get that permission to do something for themselves. I bring up the
Mhm.
example all the time is okay, you're in a group text with like a bunch of your friends, and some guy like posts like an external link to something in that group chat, and these are like your bros. How many times do they actually like open up the external link and go to the other thing? Like almost never. That's
Never.
basically
Yeah.
real life. Like nobody
Yeah.
like even if you're best friends, you're posting a link like that and they don't click on it, that's you like in real life. Nobody gives a shit about you, and
Everybody's busy with their own life, man.
exactly,
Literally.
exactly. And you can view that as like, oh, woe is me kind of deal. That sucks. Nobody cares about me. Or you can take the total opposite approach, is what you should be taking. It's like, holy shit, nobody cares. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, and it's great. It's like it's a big maturity moment for guys, especially when they hit their early 30s and they're finally getting hitting their stride. Life's getting a little not easier, but you're starting to figure things out. You're less emotionally affected by everything, and then you start having fun with women, and then you realize like no one is even noticing. I mean, no one.
No.
Like my friends are busy. My mom and dad are somewhere else, and I'm not gonna post it. I'm not posting her on social media. So it's like it's me and her. No one else.
Mhm.
It's just me and her. And
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Who are you seeking validation from? Like, if you're still
Exactly.
seeking validation from
Yeah.
people, you still need some work to do, man. Like, because
Mhm.
you should be focusing on yourself, on your own happiness. Like, it doesn't matter how she looks like. Does she make you happy?
Mhm.
That should be like the number one thing that should be asking yourself. Like, if you want to be showing off for her on social media, that's another thing. Like, need some validation. uh I don't remember like I ever posted anyone on social media except for like maybe once or twice
Yeah, me
throughout the
neither.
years.
Yeah, and if I have on my social media, it's never like a face. It's always
Yeah.
like
Soft
like
launch,
when she's like
baby.
turned around. Yeah, it's always like when
Yeah.
she's like turned around or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
even the same thing here. Like I had the phone covering her face, like, so nobody knows who she is. Like, I don't have to prove anything to anybody.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
This is where you get all the time from like the alpha male bots on Twitter. It's like, oh, post receipts, man, and all this stuff. It's like, dude, like I don't need validation from 30 follower anon accounts that were just made like yesterday on Twitter, man. Like, I don't give a shit, man. Like, you could take what I have to say and follow me or not, makes no difference to me, man.
Yeah.
that's the funniest thing when they ask you to post receipts. Like, dude, fuck off. I'm not gonna post.
That's
my
a
picture.
liberal tactic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not gonna post my picture or like the woman I'm seeing or my car
Are
or
you
anything.
crazy?
Like, dude, screw you.
Yeah,
Like, dude,
exactly.
my life is private for a reason.
Mhm.
Like, I'm keeping anon for a reason. Like,
Yep.
because I don't need to prove anything to anyone.
Mhm.
Like, if I just go public with my face, like, these guys are gonna be destroyed. Honestly, like, me as an anon, I'm getting crazy DMs. I'm getting matches on Tinder left and right. Like,
Yeah, I've
so-
seen your receipts, man. Like you post
Yeah.
them,
That I
you post
don't
them in
go
the-
public.
Funny, and
Yeah,
the
you
thing
post
is,
them in the
like,
group chats.
the receipts are funny, and it's interesting because even if you post receipts, like I could post 2 girls in my bed, not that I've had that, but like I can post 2 girls in my bed and there'll still be, well, you said something corny last week, and I was like,
did you
dude, you'll
pay
never
for
be
'em?
happy.
Yeah, did you pay for them? You know, that,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
girl's nose is too big, her elbows are too sharp, or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck people say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexless dorks and the things they say. Yeah,
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I
Mhm.
love that, man.
yeah,
So
that's a
it's
good one.
and like do whatever makes you happy. Just have fun. That's the most important thing. Don't get butthurt. Like not getting butthurt needs a lot of work.
Hmm.
A lot of guys, like I was one of them. Like whenever a girl just ghosted me, she just disappeared. Blocked me for whatever reason. She never responded to me. That actually hurt in the beginning. I'm like, because I still needed some validation, from them. But like once I passed that point where I don't need their validation, like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and amazingly, you become more attractive when you do that too.
Yeah.
It's
You
funny how
become
that
very
works.
like you become aloof and like you don't care. Like dude, I shit on chicks like left and right. Like I make fun of them on Tinder. Like I ask her like, how much do you weigh? And if she says like this amount, I'm like, yeah, you need to go hit the gym. And I just end the conversation there. I'm not kidding, dude. I don't lie anymore. Literally, like I don't
I
chick like a
love it.
couple of weeks ago. She was talking to me on Tinder, and she's the one who opened me. She asked me, she's like, so you're looking for a gym partner? How about somebody who has been going to the gym since October, but she didn't lose much weight? I'm like, how much do you weigh? She's like, I weighed this much. I'm like, yeah, talk to me in 6 months. And I just ended it there.
There's this account on Twitter. His name is Zero HP Lovecraft, and one of the memes he does all the time is she could lose weight. He just like quote tweets over like pictures of women. It's just like,
Oh, yeah.
several times a day he'll do that. Oh, it's hilarious. It could
I
be
will
like the
fat shame
skinniest.
you, dude. It worked
Yeah.
on me, so it should work on you. I don't care. I was fat shamed to losing my half of my weight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Well,
quite
I
a
was in the
success story.
military, so that is part of the the
Oh yeah.
curriculum.
Yeah, definitely part of the drill for sure for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of the mistakes that you guys see people make all the time on like dating apps? I was talking to Paul from Come On Man podcast about this, and one of the things that I bring up, I mean, like, yeah, I'm a right wing guy, I'm a country guy at heart. When I was first starting out, yes, I had pictures of me like with dead deer and fish and stuff in my profiles and everything, and that was one of the things I brought up. It's like, yeah, no politics, no like pictures of like dead animals, any of these things like this. No, like that's just you shooting yourself in the dick. And like the comments I got back from that were guys saying like, oh, well, like, why do I have to hide my personality from the chick? Like, shouldn't she just like accept like what I am like right away? And, like guys, come on. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, like the dating profiles thing. I've toyed around since 2018, and that like I've had I think maybe 6 Tinder profiles. So it's 5. I'm not gonna count the goat one. Even with the goat one, I got like I think 10 or
My
15
goat
matches.
one?
Yeah, I've posted pictures of goats and just my bio was bat and that's it. I literally still got matches, and and they weren't bots, by the way. They were real chicks, and I was talking to them and I was just having a blast, man. I was just just faking shit and just having fun and just shooting shit with them. But yeah, like I've had 5 Tinder accounts. I think over 2,000 plus matches in all of these accounts. So each profile I've tested something different. Like I've tested the quote unquote husband material, presenting myself in a certain way that got me chicks who wanted to get married, basically. And I did the fuck boy, bad boy kind of profile that also got me like the one night stand kind of chicks, married chicks. It was insane. Then like, the last profile that I had, like I had a mix of stuff. Like I was kind of uh, you know vague. Like even my selfies. Like even when I take a selfie, I make sure the selfie is good because there's a lot of guys who don't know how to take a selfie.
Yeah.
All right. Selfie game is very hard to master as a for the chick.
Yeah.
Like chicks, they can take any stupid selfie and it's gonna be good for them because they're chicks. But as a
Mhm.
guy, like you need to get your selfie, pick on point. But yeah, like it was a mix of me just doing random stuff, like jumping into the ocean, driving a jet ski, driving a bicycle, driving my convertible, boxing, lifting weights. It was a mix of stuff. Like I'm an interesting guy,
Mhm.
and that got me, I think, I don't know, 90 plus something matches. Uh, it was insane. Like even the
Yeah.
opening rate, like the chicks they were opening me, and even when I opened them, they replied. The quality of chicks, it went up through the roof. It's
It
it's
really.
just, like, you need to present yourself. Basically, you're a product, and you need to present
Hmm.
yourself as a good product. Like, why would she swipe, right on you? Because
Hmm.
I've seen how chicks go through, Tinder profiles. Like, I remember this chick. I was in the airplane, and she was sitting in front of me, and I was just checking her phone, and she was on Bumble. She matched with the guy. She went into his profile. She checked every picture, zoomed on it, read his bio. She went into his Instagram. All right. She checked every post. She zoomed on the chicks he was with. She went into the friends he tagged. Okay. She went through the comments. Then she went through his LinkedIn. Okay. Given that was kind of creepy,
Yeah.
Mhm.
like, they do their due diligence, by the way, before she
Yeah. Yeah.
opens you up or she talks to you.
It's crazy. They do some super sleuthing. I've got one of my female friends. It's funny. She's in like a group of guys that we hang out with all the time, and we call her like our FBI agent because they're like be one random guy, and he'll just send like the most basic information about like this girl he's seeing, and she'll come up with like an entire list of everything about this girl, like her family, where she graduated
Oh,
from. She'll do it immediately. It's crazy. They know how to do it, man. They're super sleuths.
Yeah, there have been
yeah.
times where a girl matches with me and I'm talking to her on whatever dating app, and then I give her like my Instagram or something like that, and within 5 minutes she says my full name, and I'm like searching through my Instagram, figuring out how the hell she figured that out.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
the
it's
reverse
scary. Yeah,
image.
it's
Reverse
scary.
reverse image search. Like, I've had to do a scrubbing of my own information online. It took me a while to do that. Now, if you look up my real name, you're not gonna come up with anything. Even my IG is not connected to my real name or my real number, because I've seen how scary that stuff is.
Hmm.
Yeah, they can do the reverse image, and they can find your Facebook, they can find your LinkedIn. It's kind of creepy, but, like, I don't blame them. Dude, like, there's a lot of creeps, honestly, and
Mhm.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of autistic, retarded guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
Yeah, so I cannot be mad at them when they do that. Like,
yeah,
even, all right, so even if they don't do that, let's say you meet up with a chick and she takes you to meet her friends. That's an interview, by the
Oh
way,
yeah.
and you have to pass it, unless and if you don't, you're not gonna see her again.
Mm, yeah. Oh boy, look who we got in the chat. The governor is here in the
Ooh.
chat. Cool.
Hey,
Cool.
Governor. Hello, Governor.
Good to hear from you, man. Of course. We were gonna have an episode of Culture Warriors this week, but Jack Napier is sick with the flu, so we
Yeah,
can.
I gotta check up on him. He said he was sick.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be back on that next week. I'm gonna be visiting Jack in a couple weeks here. It's gonna be tons of fun. Man.
Really? Oh
Oh,
snap! You're going to the
nice.
Netherlands.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. It's gonna be tons of fun. So
Mm.
yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, like back to like the profile pics and everything like that. It's like, yeah, don't have like 6 pictures in a row, just you, a selfie with sunglasses on, Yeah, no, don't be doing any of that shit.
In your car, just driving with your.
Yeah, no, like guys are so bad at taking photos, man. We really are. But no, it's like, no, you got to be out doing stuff, I mean,
Mhm.
like, I know for me, this was something that was difficult for me when I first started off because I'm not one of these guys that takes pictures like everywhere I go. Just not that kind of dude. And a lot of dudes are like that, but you do have to make a conscious effort to, yeah, okay, I'm doing this cool thing. Yes, we know it's bullshit. It's like a one-time thing you're doing, like riding a jet ski or whatever. But yeah, just take a picture, man. You are presenting your best self. And the chick is doing that too. One of the things I always say too is like, if a chick is like marginally attractive, like on the dating app, you're thinking to yourself, oh yeah, like she's like very mid. She's gonna be less attractive in person. It's
Mhm.
just
Yep.
exactly how
Oh,
it goes.
yeah.
That was in my
Yeah.
thread. Yeah, they 9 times out of 10 they're hotter on their app in the app than they are in person. So
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I, I've got catfished a few times, and I think I've told this story to somebody before. I remember this chick on Tinder. Like, she had her profile picture. So hot, dude. And when I met her, I called her. I'm like, "Hey, I'm at the location. Where are you?" She's like, "I'm standing by this place." I'm like, "I don't see you," like, because the picture I saw it, the woman who was standing there, she was twice the size. She
Mhm.
had a different skin color.
different skin color. Wow.
I'm not kidding, dude. She used like that's why I hate Snapchat, by the way. All right. So,
Yeah.
like, when she rode in my car is a sports, convertible. So it's very low, close to the ground. So when she got inside my car, the car actually tilted a little bit. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I think
Uh,
I think you said this once. I don't remember what
yeah.
show or what.
Yeah,
or
that's
you
like
told me or something. Yeah,
I literally hated myself that day, you
yeah,
know.
it
And she
sucks.
like on top of that, she told me she was a vegan. I'm like, what kind of vegan are you
Yeah,
to get
how?
that? Like how?
She
Like
ate a vegan, is what she
I,
did. Yeah.
literally, dude, I was so pissed off. Like I went to the to a brisket place and I was eating meat in front of him. Like, screw you, you just ruined my night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks getting catfish, man. You feel terrible, like you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Now, right now, just I'm like, you know, whenever I take them like to Snapchat or like IG, like I'm like, I need to see a picture without filters, or now we're not gonna be talking. I'm like, send
Full
pics now,
body,
Yeah.
something.
send pics now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what's catching on these days is a lot of guys will like FaceTime a girl like after they number close,
Hmm.
which I've done a couple times. Just yeah, I like it. I mean, I still kind of like just using the phone and the for like logistics. When you're first starting off, it's like, hey, meet me at XYZ place. But I can understand the utility of doing the FaceTime and everything. It kind of like takes the edge off a little bit for the girl. Like you're not like a creep or
Yeah,
whatever.
you're building comfort, so
Yep.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think
Yeah, and
another.
sorry, before we move to the next topic. Okay, so let me just tell you on a small secret or like tip. If you're on a dating app, just switch your profile to men, all right, and just see the competition. The bar has never been lower.
Yeah, that is absolutely very true. Like everybody's like talking on Twitter all the time, like black pill this and black pill that. I had to laugh because you'll see Chesty, he'll go after these Spurgs that like bitching about like hypergamy again or something like that,
Oh, dude, I love
and
Justin.
yeah, Chesty's great, man. I'd like to get him on the show at some point, but it's like I was talking to Jack about this. It's like, why do we like ever even tweet or talk when we have Ryan and Chesty out there tweeting? It's like I make a comment and then they make a comment on the same post. Like we were talking about how they do it, and their comment is just like 10 times better than mine. I'm like, God damn it! Like, why am I even talking when these guys are here?
That's how you know these guys are legit. Like I've listened to a few of Chesty's, shows. The guy, he's not bullshitting.
No way. No. Yeah, he's definitely got a shit on lock for sure. But yeah, like another thing here is one of the mistakes I see all the time as well is like guys like on their profiles and everything, they'll have pictures, they're like group photos, and they'll put it like in their very first one, like trying to show off like some social proof, like, oh, like here are my friends or something like this, we're doing this cool thing. It's like, and the worst thing is like, dude, like some of those guys like might be more attractive than you or something like
Yep.
that, or like might be taller than
in
you.
her eyes, yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're just setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, I think the first picture should be a picture of you, like your face and maybe your shoulders at most, but a really good picture of you, not like a selfie you took in the bathroom, like you even get a professional one if you want. Like
Yeah.
I just put a professional one. My brother is into photography and we did a photo shoot and I got a headshot and that's the one. And yeah, it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, an iPhone does wonders, by the way. Like if you have like iPhone 11 and above, and you have somebody who knows how to take a picture, that should be enough. It's not an excuse. Like all of my pictures, they're not professional pictures. It's been taken by my friends, and they're good photographers. Like they know how to use an iPhone. Then I just edit it a little bit, and that's it.
Yeah,
like I don't change it drastically.
Yeah, do the work. Put in some effort into this, man. Like don't just take a picture, put it on, and then not get a lot of matches or 0 matches, and then blame the world. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Like the same reason why we're on a show together talking across the world is the same reason it's harder to get women. It's just technology. So you either get on and use it to your advantage, or you pine for the past. Like you either build the dam or you let the rivers sweep you away. So just do the best you can. Also, be easy on yourself, man. Like just because a girl doesn't like you, maybe 99% of the time it's not about you. She just imagine going to a store and you want to get like, I don't know, a box of cereal or something, and there's thousands of choices for cereal, and for let's say you want Frosted Flakes, but there's 10 like 100 different types of Frosted Flakes. You're gonna be in that store and you're gonna leave frustrated. So it's like at the end of the day, like you can't blame yourself and you can't blame her either. Just put in a little bit of work, and then chances are eventually someone will like you. Simple.
Yeah.
What about one of the things you see all the time too is like when guys will like try to teach this bitch a lesson, teach this girl a lesson. Like you know, one of the
Congratulations. Yeah.
the example
Dude, that
being
revenge fantasy never
yeah,
ends well.
exactly.
Like,
The
you just live it in
example,
your head.
of course, the example being like, oh, okay, say for example, like a chick like goes to you like for a week and then she comes back. You know, like we all know what happened there. Like it didn't work out with the other guy, so now she's going through her messages and coming back to you and messaging you back. You know, and guys will be like, oh my god, how dare you not like, you know, have a sense of honor, as if women have any sense of honor. But that's a different subject.
You
But-
betrayed me.
yeah, it's just like, are you fucking kidding me, guys? Again, just shooting yourself in the dick, man. You know, it's like, who cares? You know, you had no attachment to this girl. You know, so why are you getting butthurt about it? You know, it's not like this
Yeah.
girl was like your wife of 10 years or something stupid. You know, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, you have to realize that, you know, you have to understand their dating pressures and how they operate, and you're gonna realize like, hey, it's never been easier to just swipe. It's not hard to swipe, so you know you can't expect low effort, high reward all the time. You know, you can sometimes, like if all you did was sit on your couch and swipe for an hour, and you have a girl already trying to meet you up, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
like think about
yeah.
it. Like
That helps a
I don't
lot,
know if
by
you
the
guys
way.
watch. Yeah, I don't know if you guys seen Louis C.K., the comedian. He does this bit where he talks about like how humans, we don't appreciate the technology that we have because we're just so used to it and like entitled. So there was this bit where this guy, you know, he's like opening his laptop on a plane, and then the pilot said over the intercom said, "Hey, we're proud to announce that this is our first time on this plane that we're introducing Wi-Fi on a plane, right? So enjoy it, and thank you for flying whatever airline, right?" And the guy opens the laptop, logs in, he's having fun, I don't know, doing stuff on his laptop on the internet, and then all of a sudden the internet goes away for like a couple minutes, and the pilot says, "Hey, we're having a little bit of turbulence. Internet's gonna be shoddy from now on." And the guy gets mad. He's just like, "Ugh," you know, like, "I don't have Wi-Fi. This sucks." And it's just like that's how humans are. And Louis C.K. is like, "I'm sorry, you can't message your friends or go on Facebook while you're in a steel tube going 500 miles per hour in the sky." Like, dude, how much more do you need to be happy? And that's what I say when online dating, it's not to set your expectations on the floor, right? But at the same time, realize that you're sitting on a couch in the comfort of your house and you're swiping on girls, even if she's just a 5 out of 10 girl, 6 out of 10 girl. You get a match, she's talking to you, and she thinks you're cute and wants to see you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a feat that's Mother Nature, or that's humans inventing crazy technology. It may be, you know, society may crumble society. Not my problem, right? But that's amazing. We should, you know, put it in perspective. You know, like
it used to
I've been
take you hours before.
yeah,
you
and
know?
you have to approach women and get out there. But now you're just sitting on the couch, like, I'm tired from work. Let me see what's out there. You swipe, and there are girls once in a while. They're just like, take me out. I will plan it. Take me here. Let's do this, dude. And all you had to do was have some nice pictures. But even that's too much. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just never before have guys been able to pick up women while taking a shit in their own house. You know? It truly is, you know, wonderful times that we live in. You know,
It's too close to home, man. That is too close.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
it's just different, man. You know, it's different than what it used to be, and that comes with advantages and it comes with disadvantages. But the key thing with all this kind of stuff is you just got to adapt or die. You know, it's like, okay, so like women are going to be way more flaky than ever because they have thousands upon thousands of matches to a degree that they never had before. Okay, that kind of sucks. You know, so, maybe you had a great conversation with this one chick and you thought you really hit it off or something. Well, too bad. The chick went and stubbed her toe the next moment and missed the notification on her phone, and she's never going to look at it again, and now she's gone. Okay, too bad. You know, it's just go on. There's another one, you know.
Yeah. Don't blame yourself. It's
Yeah,
not your fault, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I keep telling guys, like, if somebody like me and in the product world I am in can make it, like literally you have no excuse. It's not an excuse. Like you guys know where I live and how the society is and the culture and everything, and I'm still thriving. So
Yeah,
it's
you're
not an
doing
excuse.
great. Yeah.
Not an excuse, man. Honestly, like especially like when you're talking in different culture where it's more okay, to do that kind of stuff, and women are not so as conservative, or like trying to be I don't know, not sneaky. The word sneaky, no, they just want to keep it on the down low so they don't get publicly shamed,
Mm-hmm.
and I still get results. So,
Yeah.
what's your excuse, man?
Yeah, exactly. Just hit the gym, have decent looking photos, and just know how to text game. And speaking of other mistakes, we were mentioning earlier about like texting for logistics, which is a very popular talking point for us for good reason, because like guys will get trapped into days upon days worth of conversations in like the app still before like number closing, before getting a chick in front of you. I mean, for me, like my personal experience, and I think Nuke, you've talked about this too. It might have even been in your thread. I don't remember, but you basically have like 2 days, of like matching that chick. You got to get her in front of you, and you got to get her off the app almost instantly. Like if I'm not number closing within the first couple like banters back and forth on the app, then I know it's just not going to work, and I know I'm going to strike out. I'm like, okay, on to the next one. I don't need to waste time with this.
Yeah, don't take it personal. Yeah, just move on.
The thing is, like I've used to do that as well. Like I number close as soon as possible and get to meet them, as soon as possible. But right now, I reached the point like I don't mind keeping them in the app for a few days until like I'm pretty sure that this chick is not gonna be crazy. She's interesting. Like right now, I even told them, look, let's not add on any social media. Let's go for coffee, meet each other, see how it goes. If it's fine from there, like if we like each other, like I'll give you my social media. All right, like I'll give you my IG, my Snapchat, my phone number, whatever. So I reached that point. Like I'm not gonna waste time. I'm not gonna go through, adding you, then blocking you, all this awkwardness and everything. Let's keep it to the app. Just let's meet tomorrow, the day after. Have some coffee. If I like you, yeah, here's my Snapchat. Here's my number. That's it.
Yeah, well, there you go. Another example of what do you want. There's more than one way to skin a cat with these kinds of things. Yeah, exactly.
And you eat what you kill. So if you have a profile of just goats and you're still getting laid, dude, good.
Yeah.
No one cares if you're the most masculine man on Twitter, or you can box, or you can punch, or whatever you do, or have money. You eat what you kill. Basically that's it. And also you don't owe anyone receipts. So it's all you. It's your world. It's you enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Just like learn to have fun.
Oh yeah. For a space that talks about frame all the time, it's astonishing the lack of frame that is going around with all these guys. They're always talking and shit.
There's a lot of guys who claim that they have frame and they have none of it. Like if an on-shot shit poster can just make you lose your shit and go into a tweetsburg, like you have a lot of work to do, man.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Fuck, I was just gonna say something, but lost my train of thought here. It'll come back, whatever. I remember what it was. So what do you guys think about completely deactivating your apps and restarting them? Because I deactivated my Tinder maybe 2 months ago now, and I'm about to reactivate it pretty soon here. I've never done this before, actually, so I'm
so delete your profile basically.
Yeah,
if you don't want to pay for Tinder Platinum, because Tinder Platinum gives you a huge boost and it gives you the super likes with a text message that's gonna give you a very good match rate.
Yeah, you basically have to pay to play at this point, which is fine.
Basically.
It does make
it
like easier.
Tinder Platinum is amazing. I've tried it for a while. It's amazing. Like the match rate just went through the roof. But like if you don't want to pay, just delete your profile, make a new one. You're gonna get a boost for a few days. I don't remember how many hours exactly, but you're gonna get a boost, and that's gonna help you. But like you're gonna keep running into the old matches that you don't want to talk to, or like blocked or deleted or whatever. Just swipe left on them.
And a lot of girls like that from your past, they'll pop up and you'll match automatically.
Yeah.
Even the ones that like left you on a bad note, like they'll match you again. Like I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, that happened to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, hey, didn't we match before? The funniest thing, like I forgot a couple of them, and then when I added them on Snapchat, like I found that I added them like 80 weeks ago. I'm like, why did I delete you? She's like, I don't remember. I'm like, all right, let's start again. Then
Yeah.
after a week, they're like, oh, now I know why I deleted you.
Yeah.
Right,
Nah,
yeah,
thanks for reminding me.
This happened to me twice before. It was the funniest thing ever, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. I've never done that before. I have matched girls on two different apps at the same time before, though. Like, I
Oh
have
yeah,
done
that happens
but-
from time
yeah,
to time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
if they're on Bumble and Tinder, yeah, that
Yeah.
happened to me as well.
So in order for you to reset your profile, if you're gonna delete it, you need like 92 days, and the company will will erase all your data
Oh,
and
Oh, okay.
everything, and then so yeah, wait like 3 months, 3.5, like 3.5, just to be safe, and then start, because if not, if you use the same email and same number and even the same pics, they pick up on that, and then you will be at square one again. Like they'll know, like
Mm.
their algorithm picks that up, right? So in order to like dodge that, after 92 days, they delete everything. And then you make another profile, and all of a sudden you're like the new, completely new to your city. You've never even opened Tinder before, and you're just swiping all over again. Same, I think, and Hinge is the same length. Hinge is about 3 months too.
Mhm.
So, and the reason for that is because a lot of guys would like have Tinder for 2 weeks, delete, then reset, and then restart it, delete, just to take advantage of the new, the algorithm putting you at the top. So
Right.
they fixed that by making it really long. That way, guys, if they try to reset it, and also they flag you if you reset it a lot too. So those are just things to. That's why I said a month ago, hey guys, delete your account now. That way, it'll reset, and then it'll coincide with summer. And summer, all the girls are going to be out having fun.
Oh, yeah.
Summer.
That's
Hot
absolutely
girl
the
summer,
case.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you reopen your Tinder, and then you'll be fresh, and you'll go have fun, and then and just do that every year. Like around January, you erase it. February, you erase it, and do it again. In 3
Yeah,
months.
that's absolutely true. I mean, me being up here in the Midwest where it gets cold, yeah, like the winter months, it's absolutely like a wasteland.
No,
Up
no one
here.
wants to go out. All the girls settled down. I had a rotation of like 3 girls. One of them said, "Give me the what are we?" The other one was like, "I'm not feeling this," and then another one just said, "Hey, I'm talking to someone. Like, we can't see each other anymore." Because it's when it's cold, the girls want to settle.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Especially like around the holidays too. They're like kind of like there's like that social pressure to have like the boyfriend around.
Oh yeah,
during, like
and
the
it gets
holidays and
worse.
everything.
Yeah.
And not just that, even here, in the middle of the desert, yeah, they still operate on the same perspective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, so just things to watch out for and look out for and all that good stuff. Let's go back to, we were talking earlier about like texting for logistics. Like, yeah, I absolutely am a huge believer in this. Like, your texting should just be to set up the date, get the girl in front of you as quickly as possible when you're first starting out. Then you can start having like, conversation threads, like after you've actually met up. But and there's multiple reasons for this. One of the first ones is, why are you investing time, in this girl if you haven't actually met up in person? Because like obviously we're men, we're guys, we all know what we're after. We want the chick to be in person with us, where we actually have the advantage, because you can be charming, you can use your body language, you can use your vocal tones, you can set the like Sun Tzu in his book, The Art of War, he talks about, setting the battlefield in ahead of time, ahead of your enemy. You can do the exact same thing on a date. It's like, oh, I got my rotation of bars I like to go to. I like the spots I go to. I know the bartenders. I know where we like to walk from place to place. You got to get the chick in person. Second thing, at least in my experience when I was first starting out, it's like, if you have these long kind of conversations before you get to meet the girl in person, you get to her in person, you're just like a deer in the headlights. You don't know what the fuck to talk about. And that just immediately just kills the vibe right then and there. Anything else to add, gents?
So texting, like I do a lot of texting, but the thing with texting is like if you cannot deliver, don't do it. I agree with you. Texting in the beginning should be for logistics only, especially if you're in a dating app. Don't spend way too much time building anticipation and you cannot deliver. Okay, so just get her in front of you, let her see you, then you can do the thing and do whatever you want with her. Like once she's there and she sees you as a person, and she's in your frame or whatever, and she likes you, like don't waste too much time texting. Like don't meet a chick after a week. Just try to meet her like within 24 to 48 hours maximum, depending on your schedule, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Don't waste too much time texting until after you meet her. Like that's the thing I usually do, and it works for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually go really hardcore on like the dating apps and texting and setting up dates earlier in the week, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. This tends to cut down on the flake rate for me. And then what I like to do is partner it up with a second date for later in the week. Right after another. It cuts down on that flake rate. So it's like, okay, so Sunday I match with a chick, set up something ideally for Monday, Tuesday. Ideally set up a follow up for that. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's the ideal. And when I get that lined up pretty well, generally have pretty good results with that.
Yeah, I mean, again, whatever works for you. And I would say, like, text game, you really can't build initial attraction through text. Like the first time you're ever messaging her, it's really hard to build attraction. Yeah, you can say, yeah, if you had good text game, like, yeah, I'm on my way um to do this, and I have my puppy. Here's a picture of my puppy, and blah blah blah. And it'll cause an emotional reaction, right? But there's nothing that compares to a girl seeing you in person. Your shoulders relaxed. You got maybe a forearm vein. You smell good, and she's all worried about, oh man, do I look good? She's already like nervous because she spent all day worrying about how she's gonna look. She shaved her legs. She put on makeup. All that. Even the most bitchy boss girl, when she's going on a date, she worries about this stuff. And you're just you just stepped out of your house, you have nice clothes on, and you're just relaxing. And then she's like,
and remember to put some deodorant, please.
Yeah.
Remember to put some deodorant, for God's
sake.
Yeah,
that basic 101 hygiene 101. Brush your teeth.
People were throwing shade at Ryan in his most recent book for having the entire first third just being like the basics, 101 kind of stuff. But I mean, you'd be surprised, man. Like a lot of guys need it these days. A lot of guys grew up with single moms.
Yeah, like I've met some guys who actually smelled like shit, literal shit. I'm like, when was the last time you took a shower? He's like, this morning. I'm like, did you put some deodorant on? Did you wipe your ass, dude? Like, did you put some, like, literally, like, do you have any self-care? You do
it for her. Matters. Yeah, do it for her, because maybe she likes you and you're gonna take her back to your apartment, dude. I even have like feminine wipes above my toilet, because I know for a fact every time a girl comes over and we're about to do something, they always ask the same question: can I use your bathroom?
Yep, every time.
Yeah, even if you haven't kissed yet and she's on your couch, she says, can I use the bathroom? You know what she's doing? She's going to go clean herself. So why not do her the favor and have some feminine wipes on the counter? Flushable, right? Because you don't want that stuff in your trash can. Right?
Yeah, of course.
And then she's going to be like, oh, I'm comfortable now. My parts are clean. I'm ready. Do yourself the favor. You're going, not only are you clean, you're ensuring that she's clean too, because, it's night, it's hot, she gets sweaty, she worries about it too. So step up your game, dude. Step up your hygiene game.
Yeah, you don't want to eat sweat, basically.
No.
Doesn't taste good.
She doesn't either, so do her the favor.
Yeah. Even like the most hottest chick in the entire world is unbelievably self-conscious.
All of them.
Yeah, they all are. In ways that guys will like never understand. It's just, they're not like us, man. And you really just need to drill that into your skull in all these interactions. Like, no, they're not like us. They think differently. They act differently. It just, you got to adapt to the situation. But that's a good tip for sure. And also, like, it just demonstrates that you fuck too. Having the wipes above, in the bathroom too. It's just like, oh, why are these here?
Yeah, keep your bathroom clean. Like, make sure it's clean. Light a candle in there or something. Like let the air come in. Don't let your towels dry for days. Like, towels get smelly. Like every 3 days, like, I'll wash all my towels and my bathrobe, because that and sometimes you as a man, you don't even smell your own bad smell because you're so used to it. So you have to police yourself.
Yeah, it's simple stuff like people they miss and they don't pick up on, and it's so sad. Like a lot of guys, they don't notice. It's small details, but it helps a lot. Like the amount of times that girls they told me, you smell so good, you perfume is amazing. Your body odor, just like I've had comments about my deodorant.
Mm,
Like some chicks just dig smelling good deodorant,
yeah.
and they appreciate that.
Yeah, don't go overboard on the cologne though. Just a little bit
Yeah.
is all you really need, man. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that cologne will work wonders for you, man. It really will. You're absolutely right, Chad, about like chicks just making comments about like, oh, you smell so nice. Like that's a really big one. You know.
Yeah,
Like,
or your nails look so clean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, things that guys wouldn't think about because we don't really give a shit. But guess what? The women do, man. They absolutely do. You know, so you gotta adapt to the prey you're pursuing.
You have
so
to give a
speak.
shit. You have to care. That's that's
Yeah,
step
and
one.
if it all just goes back to if you take care of yourself, that's going to reflect on your demeanor, on the way you carry yourself with
Mhm.
people, and even if you take a picture, like taking a high quality picture, that's going to show a lot of stuff, and you want to make sure that you basically scrub your face, at least
Mhm.
like once a week. Take care of your skin, dress properly, like literally if you want to get some good clothes, it doesn't cost much. Like H&M, they have some amazing clothes, and it doesn't cost more, like I don't know, $10 for a good t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They have
fitted.
specials all the time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, fitted clothes is a huge deal, man. Like for
Yeah.
sure, especially after you've been like working out for some time and you're putting on some muscle and everything like that. Like show that shit off, man. Get some like tight fitting clothes, man. You'd be amazed the kinds of reactions you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically all we're talking about, man, is just like the little things. These little things add up. Every little advantage that you can get to basically market yourself as the best you could possibly be, to get that chick in front of you where you can actually start using your charm, your looks, the smell, your demeanor, your plan of attack, like where you're walking around or where you're setting your first date, all these kinds
Yeah.
of things that put the ball in your court. You gotta take small steps before you can run.
And here's an interesting data bit, right? So a couple months ago, before I kind of blew up, there was a girl who posted her like Tinder, like her swipe to match to date to sex ratio, like a flow chart. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I remember
I
you
saw that.
tweeting this out. Yeah, I
Yeah, it
remember
was
that.
like her having. I mean, she's for the streets, right? Obviously, but it was like a 60% chance. If she didn't say that, but the guys were like calculating out. Okay, so you had two camps. You had the guys who were like, "Wow, women are whores," and it's the end of the West. And then the other guys were like, the smart guys were like, okay, let me see the ratio, let me calculate all this stuff. And then I calculated, it was like 60%. And that's just her dating guys, right? Imagine if you just rose a little bit and just, worked out, good cologne, you get yourself up in maybe the top 20% of dudes. And then it's not always money. It's just, like how much you take care of
It's not hard,
yourself,
man.
and
No.
how you talk and your charm and your frame and all that stuff. You can make that 60% go up like to 80%. So that means 4 out of 5 dates you're having a first night lay. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
I am proof of that, because that's how that 80% was my number. And I'm not trying to brag, but I just I was good at the filtering the girls, which is the most important thing. A lot of guys get frustrated because they don't know how to filter girls, and they just go on a date with a girl that's like, okay, I'll go on a date with you. And then just doing the basics, and then you're in front of her. Don't talk about politics. Don't talk about your ex. Don't talk about boring things. And then guess what?
Yeah,
Always,
politics or religion.
Yeah,
no way.
yeah. And then
No.
at the end of the night, just be like, hey, you want to go see my puppy? You want to go see my guitar? You want to have an extra drink? And you always say, you look at your watch and you're like, hey, I got an extra hour. Because you wanna have like that time limit, so she feels like you're not gonna be. She's gonna be like, hey, I got an hour and a half. You want to come to my place real quick, and then I'll send you home. Like I always say, and then I'll send you home. And nope, she doesn't want to go home after that most of the time. So
yeah, funny that.
easy. Don't be easy on your guys. Just do the minimum first, and then you'll realize like it. A lot of money is being made on making men hopeless and making men angry. Right? Don't fall into that trap. You should be angry for like a little while, and then you should say, okay, well, I got my work cut out for me, and I gotta put in the work, or else, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, anger is part of the process and it's natural, and this is one of my biggest gripes with things like the White Claw Power Hour, is because it markets guys to stay in the anger phase way longer than they need to. And it's just not helpful at all. You got every right to be pissed. You were lied to. Yes, it's absolutely true. We all were. But what are you going to do about it? you know?
Just channel that anger into something positive. Like go to the gym, have a killer session. Whenever you feel angry, just go to the gym. Whenever you feel frustrated, just go hit the gym. That's what I do. If I'm frustrated with work, with women, or like whatever, like I just go hit the gym. I feel
Mhm.
so much better after that, and I'm getting results. But I do have a question for both of you gentlemen. Like,
Mhm.
have you guys ever had a girl like ever ask you how much you're making or what kind of car you're driving?
I maybe once.
Yeah,
I think one time.
yeah,
Yeah.
like maybe one, twice, like in however many women you've met. So I'm just the same thing. Like I've only had one girl who asked me how much I'm making and what kind of car I'm driving. But that chick, she told me on the first time we met. Like I actually wanted to go see this chick. Like I'm like,
Mhm.
"Okay, I'm gonna do this for like for a field report." She had I think over 200 days in 1 year because she took like basically a 6 vacation. Yeah, she
Wow.
told me that. She's like, it's like I took 1 year off after college and I was getting railed on daily basis, by different random dudes, and I was just sitting there sipping my coffee. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. And what else? And she told me, and dude, she asked me like, how
Wow,
much you're
that's
making?
interesting. That's crazy.
Yeah, and she told me like, how much you're making? Because I don't want to be with somebody who's making less than I do. I'm like, yeah, I'm in debt and I'm poor. I'm making this amount of money. Like I
Exactly.
didn't even show up with my car. Like I showed up with an Uber. I parked my car a little bit far. Then I ordered an Uber just just to see how she's gonna. But yeah, it was an interesting story. But like chicks, they don't really care if you show up in an Uber in a busted out vehicle or like even if you show up on a bicycle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they
Yeah. I
don't
mean,
care how much you're
there's
making money.
there's guys that slay like you would not believe, and they just couch surf, man. It really just
Yeah.
comes down to like your attitude more so than anything. Like that really is like the biggest deciding factor. I mean, like all the stuff we're talking about, like yeah, smelling good, looking good, having good charm and everything like this, like that'll absolutely help you, for sure. But if you come in with the right attitude, you can look like a bag of dicks, and you can still be slaying.
Yeah, and you'll find yourself too going out with girls that make a lot more money than you, or
Yeah.
influencers, or
Yeah.
whatever, and you're just like, and a s- she's talking to you, she's doing this while she's talking to you and stuff like that. She's
Oh, dude.
comfortable.
Love that look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
for all the experienced guys, guys, when she's doing this and she's talking to you, that's she is completely comfortable around you. She's relaxed.
Yeah.
That is the girly. I'm a girly girl and you're the man and I'm relaxed. That is,
And she's
that's
just
the body language right there. Yeah.
yeah, she's just transfixed, like entranced,
Yeah.
like what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, like when children are watching a movie when they're kids, they do this because they're, like when they're watching, I don't know, Blue's Clues or something. But you see women do that. She's and yeah, it's no one's gonna ask you all these things, and if a girl does ask you, she's not attracted to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's your filter. That's
Yeah,
Mhm.
your
it's a
100%.
filter. Yeah, game is a filter. All these things are a filter. When I introduced my like therapy game, and guys were like, "That's too much talking." I'm not searching for, I'm not trying to prove to this girl I'm a badass, or I know game. You know what I'm proving? I'm trying to prove to myself that she's interested enough to open a conversation. It's a filter. So if I
Mhm.
open with a question that requires a little bit of, a little bit of thought on her part, and she answers it, I know, hey, I have a hook. She's to answer. I'm not wasting my time here. Copy paste
Yeah.
the question. I copy pasted to 20 girls. Four of them are like giving me paragraph answers. And then I'm like, okay, she took the time of her day to answer this question. There's a little bit of interest. And guys don't get that.
Mhm.
They need every girl, they need to be like, hey, woman, or what's up, like some outrageous thing. And sometimes it works. I'm not saying, I'm not knocking it, right? But like I don't have the time to, go to every single girl and make up something based on her profile. I'm busy. I got things to
Yeah.
do. I have to, I have to get, and if I want to meet women, I have to can a response. Now in person, I'm more relaxed. I cater to the situation, cater to the girl, but online I don't have an advantage. So I have to use volume, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, you can cast a tight net in person, like social circle game or something like that. But online, you got to cast like the widest net possible. You know, it's just how it goes.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Totally agree to that.
Yeah, cool. Alrighty, we basically been going for an hour here. There's been a lot of base truths and a lot of good information cast on this one for sure. So this has been fun. Always a pleasure to speak to you guys, and it's always fun too because like we're around like relatively the same age too. You know, so it's nice
Yeah.
talking to like the younger guys in the space as opposed to like talking to somebody like Rob with no knock against Rob. You know, he's a great guy, but
Oh,
he's
man,
like
Rob.
yeah, he's like when he's 30 years, 25 years older than you, the experience is a little bit different, but. Yeah, Rob's a cool dude for sure. Everyone go subscribe to Rob Says. All right, cool. We'll wrap this thing up here. Chat of Arabia, where can people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Chad of Arabia, and that's about it.
Yeah,
I don't have any other social media.
Yeah, you guys absolutely should be following Chad's
It's fun.
account. It's absolutely
Good times, good
hilarious.
times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic to watch for sure. For the memes and for the dunking on the Spurgs, so it's very entertaining. And Nuke, what about you, man?
You can find me on YouTube, Galileo Nuclear backwards, and then same thing with Twitter, Galileo Nuclear on Twitter as well. I'm also having fun on poking holes and dropping truths, and a lot of the truths I drop are very tough to swallow, but I do that on purpose. Like I tweeted once that a girl left me for a virgin man.
Oh yeah,
And everyone lost their mind. Like, why would you tweet this? And I'm just like, I'm tweeting this for a point, saying that life isn't like you're not an alpha. You're not like the super turbo alpha where every girl you've ever touched is obsessed with you for the rest
it's
of your
bullshit.
life.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They have their own life, and and she still didn't message me for a long time after, and I had to tell her, like, hey, like you have a relationship, we can't. She's like, well, we're just friends. And I was like, I know, but I wouldn't want, I had to, but the thing is, like any other guy that would send him into a spiral to see a girl he dated, even if we dated shortly, leave him for a virgin. And I confirmed this because through another friend, right? But at the same time, you got to realize, like, so what?
Yeah.
So what?
Mm-hmm.
What am I gonna do? She obviously wanted a relationship. She couldn't get it out of me. So what?
She's a human.
What are we
being,
gonna do?
man.
Yeah,
She's a human
exactly.
being.
Yeah.
Not my problem. Not my problem. I doesn't matter. Got laid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Multiple
exactly.
times.
There you go.
Times. Doesn't matter. Got laid.
For sure. Indeed. Well, that's a good way to end it on. And
Yeah.
for myself, check out Twitter, check out the channel, check out the Old Glory Club, where you'll be seeing much more of my Substack posting these days about America-centric news and all that good stuff. But cool. Thanks for coming on, fellas. This was tons of fun. And we'll be chatting very soon.
All right.
Thank you for having us, man.
Me. Yep.
Cool. Be
See you
well,
guys.
everyone.